Hey, what's going on, you guys? We just got out of Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness. It's 2 credit scenes.
Neither one of them worth watching. You can skip both of them, actually.
One of them is important
Yes.
for
One
another
of them is important. The other one is
for
not.
another movie. The beginning of this is very interesting. It definitely goes down a road that I thought, oh wow, this is pretty engaging. This is kind of like, seems like Spider-Man 2 a little bit.
Yeah, Sam's been real nice. If you
Seems
saw
like Spider-Man 2.
any of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, the first 30, 40 minutes of it is like that.
It feels like that.
But less.
It feels like that.
Down to the first action scene. Is that but less at the beginning of it.
Danny Elfman is doing the score for this one. You can feel that.
Mm-hmm.
At a certain point in the movie, it's not even the second half. It's like the end of the first half. There's a shift.
The movie takes the sharpest left turn humanly possible into an area of comedic horror. If you've seen Army of the Dead, which is another Sam Raimi movie, if you've seen possibly Evil Dead 2, because that had more comedy than the first one, but lesser versions of those movies, you got what you get in the, I won't even say the second half, like one-third through the movie, the shift happens, and when the shift happens, it can throw you completely off on a movie that you're seeing.
It is horror in certain elements that I didn't expect. I do like some of the camera angles and some of the shots.
Visually it
looks really sharp, really precise. Like it was almost like some of those shots, like Sam knew exactly what he was going for. But then there are certain moments where it shifts to something else that I don't think he necessarily wanted to do. I don't know.
I'm not gonna say he didn't want to do.
I don't really know.
He shifted to things that are blatant, like Sam Raimi tropes, things that you expect from Sam Raimi, but things you do not expect from anything in Marvel or from Disney. And I'm not gonna say that's a good thing that he did it, because that shift will take certain people out of this movie completely. This is not the feel-good, no way home type of film at all.
Nah, it does bleed into a lot of the multiverse things. So if you guys are comic book fans, there are some things that'll pull you from a comic book standpoint, and there's also some things that'll surprise you, some things you were expecting in the midway point that I think you're going to be happy about, but then immediately you're going to be possibly horrified about.
No, disappointed for the ideas they bring to the forefront and take them away within 5 minutes.
Let's just say that you're going to be very pleased, you're going to be horrified, and at the same time, you're going to be confused as to tonal shifts sometimes.
You're going to be confused on why Disney released the last 2 television spots they did, because they gave away some of the biggest moments of this movie unnecessarily. And unfortunately, there's not other big moments in the movie to make up for giving up those big moments.
Yeah. Without saying too much more, some 2 TV series that they did, one of them I don't understand the importance of anymore, and then the other one, it gave too much away to quickly make this moving on. I feel like one of those series was made just to move this very quickly on, and I'm not going to go into details about that. I was entertained by this.
I'm interested now what series that is.
We'll talk about it. We're going to go into our review a little bit later on tonight, but I would be very cautious if you're taking your kids to see this movie.
Do not take anyone under the age of 10.
Please.
Matter of fact, almost of 12 to see this movie. It has horror elements.
It does.
It's cartoonish horror, but for a kid, they're not going to be able to tell the difference.
They're not going to distinguish the difference.
And it's some moments in here that I think will completely creep them out. So unless you love sleeping with your child for months because you're giving them nightmares from watching Doctor Strange, I suggest, again, this is not Spider-Man.
No.
This is not something you can take children to see. Be very aware of that.
Yeah.
If you got kids who get night terrors and things of that nature, keep them away from this movie.
I think that you guys that are Scarlet Witch fans, you may really enjoy some of the levels they go to this, but then you're also going to be kind of confused as well. We'll get into a lot more of that in our non-spoiler review. We got to go.
It's late, and
I can't say much more. All right, we'll be back. Peace, guys.